So as you have read from the title of the video and hear from the sound of my voice, I am a teenager. And because I am a teenager, people may think that I can't trade, but I'm here to prove you wrong today. I actually make 5 figures a month on average trading, and I trade with a very simple and straightforward strategy. Now, first of all, why should you believe me? And that is a good thought, because you should not trust everybody on the internet. Well, I have been tracking every single trade I have made for years, and I have been trading for 3 years now, and 2 out of those 3 years I have been a profitable trader. And for those 2 years of being a profitable trader, I have posted every single setup, trade, entry, profit, loss, everything for 2 years straight. And I have done that publicly on my free Discord channel. So we go over to my Discord and we go over to Ralph's Trading, and as you see, you can scroll up and up and up for absolute hours, and you can just see every single setup and post I've ever posted, and I've done this for years. Every loss, take profit, setup, potential setup, new trade, everything I've posted here. And I do this just to show my legitness. I post wins, losses, everything. And hopefully you guys can understand that I am legit. And if you want to see this for yourself live, catch the same trades I do, or just want to prove it to yourself, there will be a link in the description. So if we scroll down, we can have some little proof. This was a profit share I got from a prop firm last month. Now, I haven't been trading much of recently because I've been in tons of exams in my GCSEs, my British exams, and I just have been worked completely bare. So I haven't been trading. But as soon as they finish over the next 20 days, I will be straight back to trading myself. But yeah, here is a profit split, and I posted every single trade I took on this account, profit and loss. I posted everything here so you guys could have done it. And I post these live all the time when they happen, as they happen. Look, long on EU and the TP smash. Just everything here. Everything you could possibly imagine. So now, you guys can hopefully see that I'm legit. Let's get on to the actual strategy that I trade. Now, I trade in 2 sort of time blocks, okay? I trade between the hours of 8 p.m. Not 8 p.m. 8 a.m. If I change, the text to black, I trade from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., which is basically lunchtime, and then I'll trade from 1:30 p.m. to about 6 p.m. And these are the 2 time blocks I trade, because these are the 2 time blocks that work best for me. I've found work best for the strategy, and I can find the best possible setups on. So I have a little indicator that I use purely just for looking at time zones and stuff. It's just called ICT kill zones and pivots. Now, it's not really, I don't really use it for smart money. I just use it because it shows all the different sessions and the lows and highs. And I don't always have it on, I just have it on to mark levels and stuff. So now the strategy. I look for a time, and I'll use this trade as an example on the 29th of May, which was literally just yesterday. That played out beautifully. And I will go through the step-by-step instructions on how I trade this strategy. So we turn this off for a second. So if you look at the bottom along here, let's look for the 130 mark. So the 130 mark was here. So if I do this directly up and I make this big bright and red, I know that I want to be placing a trade on this side of the red line, okay? This area between 12 and 130, you can just see it's not really great price action. Here it was actually okay, showed nice trend, but usually it's just consolidation, so I don't really like trading in between. And also at school, I usually trade at school, and the times in between these are in lessons and stuff and at lunch break, and it's just not very ideal for me. So I know I want to be trading, placing a trade right of this red line. Next, I want to go through all the step by step. So first of all, what do I want to see? I want to see a liquidity grab, which is basically just a level, a key level being formed, and then I want to see a push above the level that was formed, and then a big run down like this. This is the price action I want to see. So I want to see a key level being formed. I then want to see price push out of the key level to form a sort of liquidity grab, false breakout sort of thing. And then I want to see a very energetic move down, which breaks market structure, and then I want to see a pullback either into the zone that was broken or into maybe two sort of confluences in this big energetic move down. I will talk about these later. And then I will go short on my position in this example, or long if it's reverse. I'll stick my short position, I'll set my take profit, and this trade most of the time plays out. So that is just kind of the basic rundown of what I want to see on the charts. So let's see what we can find in this example. So we see I drew the red line at 130, which was here. So I just want to be entering a trade there. Up next after that line. So where do we see our first confluence, which is a run, which is basically just called a liquidity grab / false breakout. And that is the first confluence you want to see. Now, where do we see that? Well, we see right here that there was a liquidity grab, if I turn this to black, because price pushed out of this zone. So let's just change that to the dollar, and we show as a liquidity grab. Also, we have another liquidity grab here. Again, another liquidity grab. So we see two liquidity grabs. So the first confluence is ticked off. Next, what I want to see is I want to see an energetic / high volume move down. This shows that this kind of liquidity grab wasn't a breakout or wasn't a real breakout. However, it was a false breakout, a fake out, and was in fact a liquidity grab. It confirms that the first confluence was legit. So do we see that? Well, if you look at these candles here, after we break out, very, very high volume. You see here, this candle, one candle took 1, 2, 3 candles to form going up and took only one candle to go down. And you basically just want to see candles that are big movers, they move quick and a lot. So, yeah, we see a liquidity grab and a energetic move down. And next, we want to see a change of character, which is very simply just when market structure shifts against the trend. So we had here, we had a low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. So we kind of forming bullish structure. And then what happened was we then broke out of this with the energetic move, and we then broke the structure here. So we can draw a line that shows in this area here how this was a change of character. So we see how we have a breakout, or a liquidity grab, a fake out, a change of character, and then after the change of character, we want to see a retest of 3 confluences, or just one of 3. Either a break and retest, so a break and retest, a fair value gap, or an order block, okay? So those are the 4 confluences I want to see. So let's spot one of the 3. So we have the break and retest, which would very simply be this level here. A fair value gap, which we could have either in this area, or an order block, which would be this area. So I will have all of my entries either in this break and retest, in this fair value gap, or in this order block. Now, I don't really like trading with break and retests, because usually once you have a breakout, price doesn't really go back to the level. It usually pushes higher into the middle of the zone and then bounces down. So that's why you can trade with break and retests, but price usually pushes higher than a break and retest and then goes down. So I will either choose the order block or the fair value gap. So let's say if we looked at this at real time and we were just looking at what's happening, you'd be watching, okay, price has come back up and it has hit the middle of this fair value gap. And if we zoom close in, look what it has done after. We have wicks. We have a long wick here and a very long wick here with a sort of hammer candle forming like so, like a hammer candle. So we think, okay, price has very clearly just retested off this fair value gap, which means that most likely the confluence that we're looking for, the break and retest fair value gap or order block, is most likely going to be the fair value gap. So what do we want to see? As soon as we see price retest or reject off of this fair value gap, we go through for our short position. We do a very, very tight stop loss, because that is just the way I like to gamble on my trades. Well, not gamble because it's a procedure that I'm putting in place, but I like to use high risk because I want to live life on the edge. But we see put a stop loss just above this fair value gap, because price could push higher into this fair value gap and still come down. If you want to be more conservative, you could put it even above the order block, like so, a bigger stop loss, but that reduces the risk to reward ratio so we can make less money, and no one wants to make less money. So we put a tight stop loss, and then we usually target a level to the left that would seem sensible and could give us a nice risk to reward. So we see there are some nice levels to the left here, like so. We have this low, we have this low, we also have a low here, and a low there, and also a low down here. So we really just want to pick any of these lows to use, but also we want to pick the best ones and the ones that can make us the most money. So I would be looking at a major low, which is this one here. This low is quite major because it was the lowest low before a massive energetic move up that came all the way up to the top here. So that would be the low I choose to target, but you can choose any other low here or any other key level. So what we do is we just put our take profit down to this level here, and we let the trade play out. And as you can see, a very simple kind of 1 to 3.7 risk reward ratio. Could have caught even lower up to a 1 to 6, but I wouldn't have done that during the time of the trade. I would have just taken my profit here. But as you see, as soon as we entered, price just tanked, and that is because these confluences are so good. And I don't want you to just take my word for why these confluences are good. I need you to go out and test this yourself, because no matter how good a strategy can work for one person, sometimes it just won't work for anybody else. So I encourage you to make your own adaptations to my strategy. If you want to use it word for word, pixel for pixel, go ahead. It might work for you. For others, it might just not work no matter how hard you try. So make your own adaptations. Try and change it to make it to your way. But I can do what many people can't do and explain their strategies. So, first of all, the first confluence, liquidity grab. Why do you want to see a liquidity grab? Well, if you see price going like this, if you create a breakout, so a bunch of people go long, and where they're going to put their stop losses will probably under the level that it's broke out of. Well, if you then drag price back, all these buy positions, their stop losses are going to be sell positions. So if it's a breakout and it comes back down to retest, all these breakout people are going to be stopped out. So that's going to trigger a bunch of sell positions. And that means that a bunch of sell positions are going to be triggered in the market, which causes price to tank. And when price tanks, it usually has to come back up again, because what goes up must come down, what comes down must come up. So we want to really get on this retest, and we want to enter at the highest possible price, because you want to buy low, sell high. So that is why we have a break and retest, or just something that shows price breaking out of a level, coming back up to retest, and then tanking again. And we want to see a change of character. It's because when price is creating a trend, and all of a sudden we have a big move down that breaks the character, there is a very, very, very high chance, not perfect because nothing in the market is perfect, but there's a very high chance that the trend is likely to reverse. If you look at the cases over the 100 or so years the market's been out, most of the time when you see a high volume change of character, it's most likely going to be a trend reversal. So all this strategy simply is, without the key terms or vocabulary, is just seeing a very nice reversal, come up to retest something in the reversal, and then going short to catch the reversal. And that is a sell example. We can also find a bullish example or a buy example where price is trending downwards. All of a sudden, we see a big liquidity grab. We see a big change of character, like so. Change of character, come back down to retest it, and we're going to go up again. That is just basically the key concept of the market. It has worked for me for many years. As you can see in my Discord server, I post all my trades live when I take them, as I take them. People in my Discord take them themselves. They make big money on their trading as well. And I am legit. I'm not a scammer. I post my profit shares, everything live. My wins, my losses. Last time I traded, which was about a month ago because I've had exams, I had losses. I had break-evens. Nothing was perfect. Trades not go as planned. Getting out for a 0.5 loss. I post my wins, losses, everything. I have nothing to sell you. I have nothing to prove to you. So that is why I hope you guys can trust me. But this will be linked in the description for free. We have over 400 members, nearly 500 members. We have everything you want. Discount codes for prop firms that I have private access to myself to help you guys out. But that was a strategy. I hope you guys understand how I trade the strategy. Also, last thing I'd like to say, the pairs that I trade for the strategy are these ones. It is just gold, Euro USD, GBP USD. I look at the DXY just as a basis, because usually when this shows the dollar index, so when the dollar goes down, the Euro USD goes up, GUSD goes up. So you can use it as an extra confidence. GBP JPY and Euro GBP. And that's about 5 pairs I trade. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Any questions, join my Discord, send me a DM, or suck it in the comments, and I will answer it for you. But yeah, I will see you guys all very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Peace.